let's talk about all the things that Etsy sellers often forget to mention when they are sharing their strategies with you. One comment that I often see on my YouTube videos is from people that are really confused because they will hear one seller say they do it this way, another seller say and they do it that way, and they'll come to my video and I maybe am saying something a little bit different. So number one may come as a shock, but there isn't actually one holy grail way to grow an Etsy store. If you ask 10 different sellers how they build their shop, you are going to get 10 different answers. And that doesn't mean that one person is wrong and one person is right. That just means that they have different instinctive ways of doing things. They found certain ways that work best for them, and they probably have different goals in mind for their long-term business. So when considering taking on board someone else's strategy, one thing that I highly recommend that you consider is what is actually their long-term goal for their business. For example, someone may have an incredible strategy for building a store on Etsy. However, their long-term goal is to have a warehouse, staff, stock lots of inventory, and be shipping out lots and lots of products. Now, for me personally, that is not my goal, right? I do not want to be one of the biggest, most well-named brands on Etsy. My goal is simply passive income and freedom. So if your goal is to work in your business and be in there every single day, managing people, making things, shipping things, which is a lot of work, then my strategy is probably not the best for you. However, if you are the kind of person that likes to build things up, put effort in one time, that can continue to reap you rewards over and over again for the long term, and eventually you can put in less effort over time versus more effort by having to ship, stock inventory, and manage people. I have actually run e-commerce stores in the past where I have stocked lots of inventory and did all the shipping, and while that business model does make a lot of money, that is not something that I want to do with my time. So if you want to work on your business rather than in your business, then you're definitely in the right place. And number two, I would like to encourage you to keep an open mind when you're opening an Etsy store or even running your store. And what I mean by that is I've often opened Etsy stores with one niche or one type of idea in mind of how I wanted my store to go. The more that I listed things and tested out different types of niches, the more that I honed in on where Etsy wanted my store to go, and it turned out totally different than I originally had in mind. So don't get your heart set on one thing and lock yourself into one place. Try lots of different things, see what sticks, and then expand out from there. And number three is Etsy SEO. This is one of the most important things for helping you to grow your Etsy shop and get more customers to your store. And this is also one of those things where there is multiple different ways to do it, and it often ends up being confusing for new sellers because some people will say you don't need tools, some people say you do need tools, and there's lots of different ones to choose from. Also, when you're learning a new skill, it can feel challenging and a little bit uncomfortable. And I've actually had sellers tell me that it frustrates them to the point that they want to cry and throw pencils. However, I assure you that Etsy SEO is one of the most simple things that you can do to help you make money online. And while I do 100% believe that you can do Etsy SEO without tools, in my opinion, you are making an educated guess at best if you are not using tools that provide you data to back up those decisions. And there's tons of different tools out here that you can utilize to help you with your research and making sure that your listings are optimized for search. I have tried just about all of them, and the one that I actually chose to use is Sales Samurai. And the reason that I chose them is because it's very simple. They have a Chrome extension that you can use right on Etsy. So in the search bar, you can type in any search term, and then it will pull up additional keyword suggestions from low competition to high competition. So it makes it extremely simple to find the best keyword choices. In addition to that, it is the least expensive out of all of the tools. It's extremely affordable, and this is really important for for new sellers, for keeping their expenses low when they're just getting started. And we love to save as much money as possible when we are building a business. But of course, cost isn't the most important thing. They often say you get what you pay for, but I can assure you that Sales Samurai provides you the most power-packed solutions and bang for your buck that you can get. And number 4 is Etsy ads. I have always ran Etsy ads in my stores to help them grow, and I do think it is incredibly important, especially now. Etsy favors sellers that are willing to spend more on advertising. But one thing sellers often leave out is that you need to be optimizing your Etsy ads. So if you have ran ads in the past and felt like they didn't work for you, or you're running ads now and you feel like you're spending way too much money, it's probably because you're not optimizing them. So every day or a few times a week, I will go into my ads and I will look at which keywords are bringing me the most orders, which keywords are irrelevant that I just need to totally get rid of, and also which keywords are just wasting my ad budget. And so when you're diligent with optimizing your ads in that Etsy ads dashboard, you're going to get much better results. And number 5, and I think this one is extremely important, and sellers often do not tell you this, and that is you should spend a good year of focusing all of your time, effort, energy, and money and building your Etsy store to create a solid foundation, and then you should expand yourself into multiple income streams. One thing that I have learned through my 14 years of online business is that you most certainly do not want to be putting all of your eggs in one basket, and especially with Etsy, because anything can happen at any time. I'm sure you've heard of lots of different people getting suspended on Etsy or having listings deactivated or all kinds of crazy things. So to safeguard yourself and your income as an entrepreneur, it's always best to have multiple streams of income. Now, you don't want to do this too soon because it's very difficult to put your attention in multiple different directions when you're learning something new and when you're building something new. So give it a full good year of your 100% focus and attention before expanding. Now, I personally got my start online with affiliate marketing, and I even have programs that I have been in since 2010 that have paid me every single month since then up until now, and that creates a great passive income stream. I love putting my energy into things that I can put work into now that will continue to pay me over time, regardless if I continue to work on that or not. Now, there is an income stream that takes literally about 10 minutes per day that a lot of the Etsy sellers that I work with are using right now. And if you guys aren't familiar, my husband is actually an affiliate marketer as well. We met through affiliate marketing online, and he's always staying up to date with the new hottest programs that can help newbies to make money online. And so I'm going to link one for you guys down below that can help you to supplement your Etsy income and help you to fund your ads, as well as some of the tools that you need for your business, such as Sales Samurai. Making money online can be a lot of fun and very lucrative if you're surrounded by the right people that know a lot of the right tools to utilize to maximize your efforts. And number 6, as you make money, you want to get your money working for you. If I could rewind time and go all the way back to when I first graduated from high school, if I could give myself one piece of advice as well as other Etsy sellers, it would be don't just go and put your money in a bank savings account. Right there are things that you can do with your money to help you earn money and put that money to work. And so you do not want to be a slave to a business for the long term. You want to set yourself up for lots of different passive income streams, and investments are a great way to do that. Now, I am not a financial advisor by any means. I just like to share with you guys some things that I like to do in order to earn more income. And so there is the safe route, such as CDs and money markets, which Right now, in the economy that we're in, the percentage that you can earn is around 5% on your money that you just put in those accounts. And that is going to make you money every single month passively. And then we have the slightly riskier options, which is investing in the stock market, such as ETFs. And as opposed to just investing in a single stock that can be more volatile, something like a VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Stock Market, that is going to hedge losses based on lots of different stocks in the stock market. And it has a tendency to be more stable in its climb and make more money for you. And of course, there is a risk involved, right? The stock market goes up, it goes down. However, if you are long-term minded, then you can do very well. And last but certainly not least, my bonus tip is to do your best to keep emotion out of your business, right? Etsy is highly female dominated, and for women that's often very challenging for us. I often see people, especially in YouTube comments, commenting about things that they don't like, and it's like the end of the world for them, and they get caught up in so much drama with it, and they're like, because of this, I'm going to quit. And so when I run into something like that, I like to just take a step back and see how I can work through the problem, because oftentimes if something comes up in business that we don't like, we will turn to self-sabotage behaviors and quit based on something external, where if we had just worked our way through the challenge, then we could have continued progressing forward. For example, Etsy recently did something with their ads where they were putting additional ads in people's listings. So when you paid for a click to your listing, then people were able to just click off to another seller's listing. Now, I saw a lot of people on YouTube getting incredibly angry about this and just calling Etsy greedy and saying that they were going to quit. Now, what I did was, sure, I didn't like that, but what I did was go to Etsy and voice my concern for that and tell them that I didn't like this, and neither did a lot of other sellers. And shortly after that, they ended up changing it, right? So use your voice for good. Don't quit on your business, something you've invested a lot of time and money into, because you don't like one thing. Take a step back, take a breather, and simply work through the problem and keep going. The more you can keep your emotions in check, the better you're going to do. And all business takes discipline, dedication, and patience. If you can master those things, you are going to do great. So I hope this video was super helpful for you, and I'm looking forward to all of your success. Don't forget to snag all of my best resources down below in the description, and I will see you in the next video.